I don't usually say this to everyone, but this phrase may seem like a simple introduction, but it has a deep meaning. When a woman says something like, I don't usually say this to everyone, but she's opening a window to something personal. She's sharing something intimate or special, something she usually keeps to herself or only shares with a few people. This is already a clear sign that she sees you in a special way. Now imagine this. If she feels she can open her mind or heart to you in a way she wouldn't with anyone else, that's undoubtedly a sign of interest. It's not just about what she's saying but also about the act of sharing. By doing so, she's creating a deeper connection, showing that she trusts you and wants to build a closer relationship. This type of phrase also suggests that she wants you to know she's not saying this just for the sake of it. In other words, she feels comfortable enough with you to open her heart, and that's something that usually happens when emotional interest is present. It's like a door being opened and you get to choose how to react to it. Wow, you're so different from everyone else. This phrase is a classic, and when a woman says this, she's undoubtedly giving a unique and meaningful compliment. It's not just about you're different, but about how she perceives you as someone unique and special in her eyes. When she says you're different from everyone else, she's highlighting something that grabs her attention in a unique way, suggesting that you're standing out among the many other people she knows. This is a subtle way of expressing that you have something she values. It could be your personality, your way of acting, or even how you make her feel. This type of compliment is a strong indicator that there's genuine emotional interest. The most interesting part here is that by making this comment, she's probably highlighting a trait that sets you apart, something that makes her see you as an exceptional person. And this type of compliment isn't given to just anyone, but only to someone she's attracted to in some way. Now, what can you do with this? Accept the compliment calmly without forcing anything and use this moment to deepen the connection. This could be an excellent opportunity for you to reveal more of yourself and show her that you're not just different, but that you have something unique to offer. I like hearing what you have to say. When a woman says something like, I like hearing what you have to say, she's undoubtedly showing that she values your opinion and the way you think. This phrase is a clear sign of interest because often when women interact with someone, they don't open up as much for a deep conversation. But when she genuinely cares about what you have to say, it means something more is happening. The fact that she likes hearing your opinion shows that she sees you as a source of inspiration or wisdom. This type of interest isn't just superficial. It's intellectual and emotional interest, showing that she's investing time and attention into what you have to share. This is very important because it means she's truly connecting with you on a deeper level. This type of phrase can also be a way of showing that she's paying attention to what you say, perhaps seeking to learn more about you and even validating her own perception of certain matters. She's essentially giving you space to express yourself, which is a great sign that she wants a closer bond. What you can do here is continue offering meaningful and genuine interactions, as this will deepen her attraction to you. If she's enjoying hearing what you have to say, it's time to open up even more and share more about your ideas and thoughts. But before we continue, tell me something in the comments. Have you noticed any of these signs from a woman you're interested in? Or maybe you've heard any of these phrases and didn't know how to react. Leave your comment now and share it with me because I love hearing your thoughts and I can even give you some extra tips on this. Let's keep uncovering the secret signs of interest from women. You're really good at something specific. When a woman compliments you on a specific skill, like you're really good at something specific, this is a clear sign that she's not only paying attention to you, but also showing that she appreciates something unique about who you are. By giving this kind of targeted compliment, she's demonstrating genuine interest in your qualities and abilities. This phrase isn't a vague compliment but a genuine recognition of something she values in you. She wants you to know that she's noticed and admires something about you, and that's very meaningful. Most women, when they're not interested, tend to be more generic with compliments, but when she focuses on something specific, it's a sign that she's deeply observing you and caring about what makes you who you are. By using this phrase, she's not only validating one of your skills but also creating an emotional connection by recognizing and appreciating what makes you unique. It could relate to your profession, a practical skill, or even something personal like a talent you have, a personality trait, or a behavior she finds positive. What you should do here is thank her, but also take the opportunity to explore more about what she complimented you on. This will help build more closeness and open doors for a deeper conversation, where you can show even more of your authentic self. Did you know I've always wanted to do this? When a woman says something like, "Did you know I've always wanted to do this?" she's sharing a personal piece of her life, usually something that has remained in the realm of her desires and intentions. But what's most interesting here is that she's including you in her world, allowing you to learn more about what she aspires to, and in a very subtle way she's inviting you to be part of it. What this phrase reveals is a desire to create a shared experience with you, whether it's something simple or a longer-term dream. When she says this, she's opening an emotional window, revealing something more intimate that wouldn't be shared with just anyone. She's signaling, without directly saying it, that she'd like you to be the person she shares this experience with, which is a strong indication of interest. It's important to understand that by sharing something so personal and meaningful, she's not just exposing herself, but also creating a deeper emotional connection. Because when someone reveals a desire or something they've always wanted to do, it's an act of vulnerability, and in doing so she's actually inviting you to be close to her in a more intimate way. This phrase could also be a way for her to test your reaction. She wants to see if you share the same enthusiasm or interest in doing this activity. How you respond could be decisive. If you show excitement or willingness to do it together, you're creating an atmosphere of closeness and complicity. Now, what you can do is pay attention to whether she's genuinely interested in doing something together. If you feel there's real interest, take the opportunity to offer to be the person who accompanies her on this moment, or even suggest other ideas that connect to her desires. This type of moment is a chance to deepen the relationship, to turn a desire into a real experience that will create shared memories and further strengthen the attraction between you. If you're enjoying the phrases we've been discussing, I'm sure the second to last sign is going to blow you away. This phrase is way more powerful than you might think. If you've been paying attention so far, what's coming next is going to change the way you perceive the signs of a woman who's interested. Stay tuned because the next sign is a real game changer. I love the way you think. When a woman says, "I love the way you think," she's not just giving a generic compliment about your intelligence. In fact, she's doing something much deeper. She's admiring your mind, the way you process the world, and how you communicate. This indicates that her interest goes beyond your appearance or superficial interactions. She's talking directly about what fascinates her about you, your unique way of perceiving situations, your opinions, and your ideas. This type of phrase is an intellectual compliment and often comes with a strong desire to understand more about your way of thinking. When she says this, she's not only admiring your intellectual abilities but also complimenting the way you see life. She feels attracted to how you organize your thoughts, how you argue, and how you question what's around you. In short, she's valuing what's inside you, not just what you show externally. Moreover, this type of phrase can also be an indication that she's looking for a deeper emotional and intellectual connection. She's probably seeking someone with whom she can discuss ideas, exchange experiences, and grow together on a deeper level. This phrase can be the starting point for more profound and meaningful conversations where both of you explore beliefs, values, and even dreams. For her, this goes way beyond a casual chat. Another important point is that by giving you this compliment, she's encouraging you to open up even more. By showing that she appreciates your way of thinking, she's giving you permission not just to share ideas but also to be your genuine and authentic self. This is an invitation for you to be more expressive, more vulnerable, and share your most personal thoughts with her. This phrase could also be a way for her to test the depth of your intellectual connection. She wants to see if you have something to offer in terms of worldview, if your opinions and perspectives will resonate with hers. And the best part is, this is a perfect chance for you to show how interesting, intriguing, and deep you are, creating even more attraction and complicity between you two. "I was thinking about you yesterday." This phrase may seem innocent at first, but in fact, it's one of the most revealing statements when it comes to emotional interest. When a woman says she was thinking about you, it's not something she'd say to just anyone. It indicates that you have a significant presence in her mind, even when you're not talking or seeing each other. By saying something like, "I was thinking about you yesterday," she's making it clear that, during her day, there were moments when you occupied an emotional space in her thoughts. And that's a sign that you're at the center of her attention, even without being physically present. Now, it's important to understand that when she says this, she's not just mentioning a fleeting memory or a momentary thought. She's actually showing that, at some point during the day, she found herself thinking about you in a deep and meaningful way. This is an indication that you're becoming an important part of her daily life, her routine, and her feelings. For her, It means you've left an emotional mark, and that goes beyond a simple casual interaction. She's keeping you in her thoughts, which clearly signals that you hold a special place in her life. This type of phrase could also be an invitation for you to connect on a deeper level, maybe even more than she has before. By mentioning that she thought about you, she may be hinting that she wants to know more about you, or even that she's expecting an emotional response from you. She might be waiting for you to reciprocate with something meaningful, like a comment on how you feel when you think about her or something that shows you've also been thinking about her in a similar way. Additionally, this phrase can have a very interesting psychological effect. It suggests that she's mentally invested in you in a way that goes beyond the physical. It indicates she's trying to strengthen the emotional connection between you, seeking a relationship that isn't just about casual encounters, but a stronger bond that extends into the emotional realm. When she says, "I was thinking about you yesterday," it can also be a way of starting a more intimate and open conversation. She's creating space to share more about her feelings and experiences. This opens an opportunity for you to be genuine and vulnerable too, sharing how you feel or continuing the conversation in a way that brings you two closer. Furthermore, when a woman says she was thinking about you, it's an excellent opportunity for you to act thoughtfully and attentively. You can respond with something like, "I was thinking about you too," or even make an observation about something that happened that day that reminded you of her. This not only shows you're paying attention, but it also reinforces the idea that the interaction between you is creating a strong emotional connection and that there's genuine interest on your part. Deep down, this phrase is a clear sign that she's investing emotionally, and often this is exactly what she needs to feel more connected and closer to you. She's showing you that you're not just a fleeting figure in her life, but someone who truly matters. "I've never met anyone as interesting as you." When a woman says something like this, she's not just complimenting your personality or appearance superficially. This phrase is a true declaration of fascination. She's saying that, in her life experience, you stand out from everyone else. This goes beyond a simple compliment. It's a recognition that there's something unique and captivating about you, something she hasn't found in anyone else. So, what does this phrase really reveal? It shows that you're becoming a memorable person in her life, that you have something that deeply and genuinely attracts her. When she says she's never met anyone as interesting, she's indicating that the connection between you two is much more than casual. You spark curiosity, and more than that, you make her want to know more about you. This type of comment usually comes when the woman feels comfortable enough to be more honest and open, and it can be a clear sign that she's starting to feel emotionally involved. The phrase might also be a way for her to encourage you to keep showing up as you are, because she's already noticed that you're interesting and worth getting to know more deeply. It's no coincidence that this type of phrase has such a strong impact. When a woman says this, she's making it clear that you're someone special, and that there's a unique energy you radiate. It's a way of saying that she's attracted to you and that your presence makes a difference to her in a way that goes far beyond the surface. It's also worth noting that this type of compliment is often an important step for her to open up emotionally, because she's recognizing in you something that makes her feel like she's connecting with a unique person, someone who can bring something new and different to her life. This could be an indication that, in addition to physical attraction, there's also a growing emotional connection. This phrase could be an opportunity for you to dive deeper into the conversation, show interest in what she has to say, share more about your life, and even explore what she finds so interesting about you. Showing vulnerability here can also be a smart move, because she's already opened that space, and your honest and open response can solidify the connection even more. Furthermore, this phrase can be seen as a kind of invitation for you to reveal more and more. When someone says they've never met anyone as interesting, it implies that she wants to explore more about that someone, that she wants to uncover more layers of who you are. Therefore, the opportunity to go deeper into this kind of conversation is within your reach, and it's up to you to decide how you want to react and contribute to the growth of that connection. Now, here's the big sign I was talking about. This is the moment that's going to blow your mind. I know you're already curious to know what it is, and if you've been liking all the signs so far, get ready, because the next one is a real revelation. Are you ready to discover the second to last sign that she's really interested in you? I'm sure this is going to surprise you. Let's go. Keep watching, because you won't want to miss what's coming next. I love spending time with you. When a woman says something like, "I love spending time with you," it's a strong and clear sign that she's not just enjoying your company, but that she genuinely likes being around you. This is her way of expressing that the moments she spends with you aren't just pleasant, but also meaningful to her. This phrase goes beyond a simple preference. It indicates that when you're together, she feels comfortable and at ease, and more importantly, she wants more of those moments. By saying this, she's showing that your presence makes a positive difference in her life and that she has a genuine interest in spending more time with you in the future. When she says she loves spending time with you, it means she doesn't feel pressured or obligated to be with you. In fact, she chooses to be by your side because being with you is enjoyable and enriching. This can be a sign that she's building an emotional connection with you, not just feeling attracted in a superficial way. But what else does this phrase reveal? It could also be a subtle way of her preparing you for something more. By showing that she enjoys spending time with you, she's saying that she's open to making this time more frequent and possibly more intimate or deeper as the relationship progresses. When a woman expresses this kind of sentiment, she's not just complimenting your company. She's also making an implicit invitation for you to value these moments together even more. She wants to see how you respond to this openness and if you too have the desire to spend more time with her. This kind of phrase can be a quiet invitation for you to get closer, as she's telling you that the experience of being with you is something she values and wants more of. You make me feel good. We've reached the last sign, and I can assure you this one will make all the difference. When a woman says, "You make me feel good," it's much more than a simple compliment. This phrase is loaded with meaning and is one of the strongest signs of interest she can give you. This phrase isn't just about how pleasant or fun you are to be around. She's talking directly about the emotional impact you have on her. By saying this, she's sharing with you that your presence has the power to positively change her mood. This means that you're not just a distraction for her. You truly affect the way she feels, and that's a deep form of connection. When she says that you make her feel good, she's opening the door to a number of emotional possibilities. She's saying that your company comforts her, uplifts her, and makes her feel special and cared for. This type of phrase is one of the biggest signs that she's emotionally invested. A woman doesn't say this to just anyone. She says it to someone she feels she can build something real with. At the same time, this phrase could also be a way for her to express vulnerability. She's sharing with you that your energy, your way, your presence makes a significant difference in her life. This phrase, in essence, is a sign of genuine attraction and a growing emotional bond. And if she says this to you, it's because you've already earned an important place in her life. What makes this sign even more powerful is the fact that it doesn't involve just looks or superficial things. She's telling you that you have something much deeper that she values. This is a clear sign that she sees you in a much more significant way than just a friend or acquaintance. Yes, you're winning her heart. Now that you know all these signs, what should you do with them? The most important thing is to recognize these signs and understand how to respond in a genuine and respectful way. Showing the same interest, care, and consideration is the key to further strengthening the connection that is already being built. Each of these signs is an opportunity to create a deeper and more meaningful relationship. So if you notice she's sending you these signs, take the chance and reciprocate with the same sincerity. Now that we've covered all the powerful signs of interest, let's reflect on what you can do with all of this. When you start to recognize these signs, it's crucial to know how to act in a way that allows the connection to grow naturally and healthily. It's not enough just to notice that she's interested. It's important to respond appropriately. You might be wondering, now what? How do I not let these opportunities slip away? Well, the first step is to be authentic and truthful. Remember that these phrases and signs are ways for her to get closer and test the connection between you two. When she shares something personal or expresses pleasure in your company, she's saying she wants more of that bond. However, don't act in a rush. Take the time to dive deeper into conversations, show genuine interest in her life and the things she values. Patience and mutual respect are essential in this process. Don't force anything, but use the opportunities to show that you're also invested in the relationship. Another important point is to give space for the relationship to evolve naturally. It's not about responding quickly to every sign, but responding with empathy and actions that show you're interested as well. By doing this, you'll be creating an authentic and secure connection, and she'll feel comfortable continuing to share her feelings and intentions with you. And remember, it's not just about understanding the signs, but also being mindful of how you respond to them. That makes all the difference when you want to build a solid, trusting relationship. Now that you're aware of the signs and how to act on them, it's time to reflect on the importance of maintaining trust and communication. These are the fundamental pillars of any successful relationship. Trust is the foundation that ensures both of you feel safe to open up and express your feelings. Communication is what keeps the relationship healthy and flowing, ensuring you're always aligned. Often, the biggest mistake people make is not recognizing when something needs to be said or when a sign of interest is being ignored. But with these tips and phrases, you now have the tools to grab her attention and understand when she's truly involved. The key is knowing how to read between the lines and act with confidence, not in a rush, but with clarity about what you want from this connection. Another important tip is not to settle. When a woman starts to show interest, it doesn't mean the work is done. On the contrary, this is the moment to invest more time, energy, and effort into truly building a genuine and emotionally rich connection. Remember that the relationship isn't just about the signs, but about the daily gestures that show you're present, attentive, and interested. And here's the secret. Authenticity is always the most effective way. Don't try to force a connection or be someone you're not. Be genuine and show who you really are. Women know how to recognize when someone is being true, and that in itself is attractive. Honesty in your actions and words will always be the best way to win and maintain her interest. So, take advantage of the signs we've discussed, understand what they mean, and use that understanding to create a deeper and more lasting relationship.